What's up, guys? This is Tabletop Vibes, and today we're taking a look at Ludos Africa by Lemurs Games. Jason?
Right, so this is the second edition, actually, or second volume in the series of these games. These are really cool.
So cool.
What it is that it's a single box that actually contains 4 games. It's actually 4 games native to Africa. Yeah, it slides in and out, real cool.
Yeah. All 4 of them are in this one box.
Yeah,
they all slide out that way.
Exactly. So, yeah, just kind of the box construction as well is really kind of neat, has that nice African theme to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in this game, like I said, there are 4 games, and we're going to go over all 4 of them in this video.
Exactly. And we had a blast playing them. And as usual, Jason won.
Yes.
Because, well, he plays chess.
Exactly.
And I don't. But yeah, it's really cool. The take on all these games are literally the games that you know and love, English-wise, the African version of most of those games.
Right.
Mancala, checkers.
Yep.
What else?
It was like a Chinese checkers.
Chinese checkers.
But it's played in America. But yeah, so there's a lot of similarities. There'll be a lot of familiarity, but different rule sets for each one.
And a bunch of variants too.
Right, a lot of variants in the games as well.
So we'll let you figure out those ones. We're going to go for the base ones.
Exactly. So let's get to it. The first one is Fanorona, if I get that right.
Yeah, that was a hard one to say.
Yeah, sorry. So this is native to Madagascar.
Right.
And with this one, you are going to be controlling lemurs.
Yes.
Lemurs in the trees. And you're 2 kingdoms of lemurs, and you're going to be fighting over the who has dominance.
Yes, the yellow and the green lemurs.
Exactly. So with this game, you're going to be placing the lemurs starting out in predetermined locations on the board, and then you can move them in 2 different ways. You can or capture in 2 different ways.
Yes.
You always have to follow along the lines on the board, but you can move it towards an enemy lemur, and then you can capture that lemur if there's an available space. No, you capture that lemur, that's right. Yep. Or you move away, and you can capture the lemur that you moved away from.
Right.
So this provides a lot of really tactical...
and you can do both.
And you can do both. That's right. If you can keep moving the same piece and not overlay existing spots, you can capture multiple times.
Yes, which just takes like checkers and just, it's a way better version of checkers.
Right. What makes this game kind of cool is that if you look at the board's real cool, all cloth boards.
Yeah, all of the boards are,
or
we're saying boards, but it's all cloth material, wooden components, and it's fantastic.
Right. So with this one, the lines are not equal in every single location. So sometimes you can go diagonal in certain locations, and sometimes you can't. That really adds strategy to it, and piece placement really important.
Yeah, Jason and I, when we were playing, I actually have a picture of him. I'll put up him in intense focus, which he won.
I didn't even know about that picture.
Yeah, I know.
See it first time.
And so, we were playing it, and like we got into this locked battle of like one person messes up one move wrong, which was me, and he took it. He won it. So yeah, it's just a really fun. It's a fun take on the checkers variant. I'd rather play. I cannot say it right. Fanorona. That's what I'm calling it. It's probably wrong, but that's what I'm calling it. But it is really fun to play, and the setup's easy, and it plays pretty quick.
Yep.
And the strategy is in depth because you're trying to figure out where your opponent's going to go, what move he's going to make, or when they mess up.
Right. So that's Fanorona.
We're going to check out the next one on the Traveling Through Africa experience, and it is Yote.
Yes.
I like Yote.
Yeah, Yote is fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Yote.
The camel game. That's what I call it. Yeah. So like in Yote,
from Mali.
From Mali. Yes. Yep. It's very. You have camels, purple, and then lighter purple camels.
Yes.
And you do have it looks like a shepherd, but it's not a shepherd.
Yes. Merchant, I think, is what it was.
Yeah, merchant, shepherd. He's like the first player token, I think.
So in a variant.
In the variant, but he's in there. He looks cool.
With Yote, you basically have 3 different choices. You actually start off with an empty board.
Yes.
And you are going to either place a camel anywhere on the board. You are going to move a camel orthogonally, up, down, left, right, or vertical, horizontal.
Not diagonal.
Or you're going to jump over an opponent's camel. And when you do that, there obviously has to be space available. And when you do that, not only do you take that camel, just like checkers, but you also take another one of their camels anywhere else on the board. And that's where that's where the core strategy comes in. Because it's not just about setting up where you're going to be going in a certain circumstance, but now you can basically open up holes in your opponent's defenses.
For fun.
Yeah, it's real good.
I lost this one too. Jumping camels, creating more strategy to then jump more camels and remove more camels.
Right, center is key.
Yeah,
he did the edge.
I was like just placing on the edge, and Jason's placing on the middle. And
I read the rules. They said center is a good spot to be. I'm like, okay, I'll just put all my camels in the center.
I don't know if he disclosed that, but I probably wasn't listening, to be completely honest. But yeah, Yote is a lot of fun. It's definitely really cool take on the whole like jumping and removing. Like Jason said, that is like the biggest thing because you're setting up your next play or ruining somebody's next play, aka me. So yeah, that is Yote from Mali.
So the next one is Dara, and this is from Nigeria.
Yeah.
And with this one, it is animal spirits. Your two tribes, and you're summoning animal spirits.
Elephants and the lions.
Lions, right, in order to combat the other animal spirits, and whoever has dominance at the end wins.
Right.
So this one has actually a very interesting mechanic of capture.
Right.
So with this one, you're actually going to start with an empty board, and the first part of the game is you're going to be putting out all your tokens back and forth throughout the entire board. Yeah. And this really kind of puts you're almost embedding strategy right from the get-go.
You should be strategy.
You should be. Because what you're going to go for is after you're done, then on your turn, you can move up, down, left, right, orthogonally. And if you can make a line of 3, then you take away one of your opponent's pieces anywhere on the board.
So frustrating.
And so this, like I said, a very interesting capture mechanic.
It can't be 4.
Right.
Like line of 4, it has to be line of 3.
And if your opponent has a line of 3, you can't capture in that line of 3.
But Jason can move out of that line of 3 to be captured, or Jason can move out of that line of 3 and move back in to then capture.
Right. So it's kind of this, you're doing offense in order to get yourself in a line of 3, but you're also doing kind of some defense in order to kind of prevent yourself from being out of these lines where somebody can go back and forth. So
and there could be a stalemate.
There could be a stalemate in this game, yes.
Because if no one has any place to move and you can't jump anything, well, then you just handshake.
Or if you two had 2 pieces left, well, you can't make a line of 3 with 2.
Exactly. And that is Dara.
Right.
Yeah. And our last one in the Africa journey is
Oware. He wanted me to say that. He couldn't say that.
I want to say Oware, but I don't know. That's a different.
If we're wrong in any of these pronunciations, please tell us in the comments. We're trying,
and we're probably butchering it, but it's gonna be fine. We did look up this one, and it's Oware.
So it's from Ghana.
Yeah.
And you are going to be planting and sowing seeds.
Yes, this is the Macalla field. Actually, just learned what Macalla is. Don't hate me, everybody. I just learned what Macalla is, but I love it. You're planting. What is it? Soybeans?
Seeds,
something like that. Yeah. In a field, your opponent has 6 on their side. You have 6 on your side. You cannot take from your opponent's field.
Remind him constantly of this.
I was constantly being like, "Oh," he's like, "Not from your field.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Not from my field.
Not from your field. My field.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so. Continue.
So with this one, again, the Mancala where you pull a pile and you're going to be placing it on every subsequent space one at a time. You do go counterclockwise in this one rather than clockwise, so kind of mess with your mind a little. But then if you land in your last seed is a space that the final land contains either 2 or 3 seeds, no more, no less, you get to take all the seeds in that spot. In addition, if the space before that space is also 2 or 3, then you take that spot. And if the space before that is 2 or 3, you take that spot. But you only do this on your opponent's side. So you pull from your side, but you capture on your opponent's side.
Right. And then so there's a whole you're trying to move your guys around the board to then, because you want to capture on your opponent's side. But at the same time, you're dwindling your side. And
right. So counting is key in this. Knowing how many seeds you have in a spot and where it's going to end up.
Did not count enough.
Yes, gotta count. It's critical.
I was just like, this looks like a good move. Jason's like, thanks for all the seeds.
Yep.
I think it was like 25 to 5.
Yes, like that.
I think I got 3 more.
Yeah. So that was Oware.
Yeah, Oware. And again, these are all just super fun, quick, pretty deep strategy.
Exactly. And all of them have a bunch of variants. Have 2 or 3 variants each. They have double-sided cloths.
Yes.
Which have the other variants. The cloths are beautiful in themselves.
They are.
And it's just really
and it all packs into these little like beautiful little bags. Like, so in here is literally the game mat, cloth, the components,
and the instructions.
And then the instructions.
Yep. So so this is great for trips, especially with kids. Very very straightforward games. Quick pullouts when you're just have a filler game somewhere.
Right.
All 2-player.
Yes.
So that's
all
that's what they
2-player
call
games,
two-player.
which is super awesome.
But it is a wonderful little package.
It is.
A lot of fun. And you know, really kind of get your money's worth on this.
They do. And it's coming to Kickstarter on the 16th of September, so keep a lookout. Also, you might be able to also get Ludos Asia, which we have not covered this yet, but we plan to. And again, same concept, but all the games are from Asia.
Right. 4 games from Asia and
all the cool little
slidey
packaging that they do. I mean, like, it's just so clever. And it's beautiful. I mean, these are like crazy beautiful.
Yes, and even like the thickness of them. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
They're sturdy. They're not like flimsy. Yeah, it's
and this
really,
all holds in here. Nothing's gonna fall out or come out
or rattle or
or nothing. It's really great. And this is Asia, Volume 1, Volume 2. We're super stoked for it. Definitely check them out. As always, like, subscribe, comment. If you've ever been to any of these continents or where have you been? I have not.
Nope.
I have not traveled outside the
North
US of
America all the way. That's it. That's the extent of my travels.
I would like to go one day.
Yes. Unless you count Alaska. I mean, that's sort of foreign. That's way out there.
I mean, it's cold.
It's cold.
I mean, Chicago's pretty cold, but you know. But yeah, let us know. As always, want to thank our sponsors, Noble Knights, for sponsoring our video. And we're Tabletop Vibes, and we will check you next time.